speaking of people that should never see the light of day again, in case y'all have not heard, Ray Carruth was released from prison yesterday. Today's date is October 23rd, 2018, just in case it doesn't get up today. But he was released from prison on Monday, October 22nd, 2018, after serving 18 years in prison for the murder of his, I don't know if I want to say that his ex or the mother of his child, because I don't know if they had a relationship or not. Now, if y'all don't know the backstory behind this, let me rewind it a little bit. Ray Carruth used to play in the NFL. He used to play for the Carolina Panthers. And one day back in 1999, around that time, I think I was probably around 10, depending on when the event actually occurred. Ray Carruth, the mother of his child, was apparently following him somewhere, and apparently, let me just cut to the chase. Ray Carruth hired a hitman. Sorry about that. Ray Carruth hired a hitman to kill the mother of his child. Reason why he did it is because he did not want to pay child support. I said, whoa. It is never that deep. Well, that lets me know right there that they probably weren't together if child support was involved. But anyway, a person had pulled up beside her and did like a Tupac Biggie style shooting. Like they pulled out a gun and shot at her car from the side, and then just drove away. She got on the phone, because I actually listened to the recording for the first time on Lovely T's channel. And what I'll do is, if you want to hear that recording, what I'll do is I'll leave the link to her video, because she really went into detail, in depth with this, and pulled out a lot of footage. I heard the recording that the mother of his child had left when she called the police, and she's like crying and everything. You can tell she's dying and everything like that. But that's not even the worst part. The mother of his child was 8 months pregnant with Ray Carruth's son, as I'll probably figure it out. So they had to do like an emergency delivery for her. Now, fortunately, the son did live, but unfortunately, she died. But also unfortunately for the son, because of the injuries he sustained while in her womb, or while the injuries she sustained, he ended up suffering from cerebral palsy. Like he ended up having, this permanent disability. And if you look at Ray Carruth's son, it's like looking at a complete mirror of him. Like they look just like spitting image and everything. And I saw the footage of him with his grandmother, the mother's mother, and it's just like, wow, that is so unfortunate. Like, how could he do that to not only the mother of his child, but to his own son? Now, the reason why Ray Carruth made headlines months ago before now is because he had said that he wanted to get custody of his son. And it was a lot of red flags that were raised about that. And the reason being is because his son gets a disability check naturally because of his condition. So they feel that Ray Carruth, the only reason he wanted custody of his son was so he could get access to that check. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason, because who knows what kind of debts he has to pay after serving those 18 years in prison. Personally, me speaking, I don't think that he should even be out of prison right now. That should have been a life sentence right there, in my honest opinion. Maybe the laws were a little bit different back then, or maybe because, the state that it happened in, whatever, but he should still be in jail right now, in my honest opinion. Like, he had the mother of his child killed and almost had his son killed. But it was a statement that recently went out, and it said that he has basically recanted that he's going to leave the grandmother and his son alone. He's not going to seek custody of him, because of the backlash and whatnot. Ray Carruth, if I were you, I would lay low for the rest of my life. Don't go out anywhere. Don't do anything. Just stay to yourself. Because what you did right there was really messed up over some child support. You were a NFL player playing for the Carolina Panthers. You mean to tell me you could not? There was other ways and avenues that he could have went about this, but he took it to a whole nother way. And the thing is, I know how the child support system. Well, I don't know, but I've heard horror stories of the child support system and how it is inclined to destroy a lot of men or a lot of black men in this establishment. But the way you went about it to try to handle it, that was overboard. Like you set the mother of your child up to kill her and the child so you wouldn't have to pay anything. If that was the case, then you should have never got her pregnant. But it's really messed up. And like seeing that footage of his son is like, wow. I mean, I'm glad his son is like, alive and everything like that, but that all could have been avoided. And then it was also footage when him and the driver, whoever he was in the vehicle with, sped off out of that jail cell. Like all I can say is this: hopefully this is the last we hear about Ray Carruth. And if we do have to hear about Ray Carruth again, maybe it'll be of his passing, and then we'll really won't have to hear about him again. But Ray Carruth is one of those dredges of black society that we don't want. Like this was really messed up. And people were asking, should he be released from jail? My response was, why would he be released from jail? Why is this even a question? No, he shouldn't be released from jail. He should still be in jail. But like I said, the laws was probably different back then, and because he did not actually pull the trigger that led to the death of her and the possible almost death of his son, they can't really get him with too much. Now I wonder what happened to the hitman who did it. I wonder if they ever caught him. Now he needs to be in jail as well, if not right now. But it's an all around messed up story. Like I said, when this happened, I was very young, so I didn't really know too much about the case. I was only like 10, going on 11. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Ray Carruth, at the end of the day, is a piece of shit, and I think he knows that. I hope he does. If he doesn't now, he does. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.